Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Pitchside on Sports 101. My name is Evans, and today I'm here together with PK. We'll be telling you more about sports in Ghana, everything football, everything sports issues. We cover it right here on the pitch side. Last week, we had an interesting round of fixtures in the Ghana Premier League. Match week 2 actually did go down, and some interesting results came through as well. Today, we'll be taking a look at a review of the results that came through, and then also tell you more about what you need to know going into the next round of matches, starting from this evening. That is Accra to Folk against 11 Wonders all the way in Accra. A lot to look out for this evening in the pitch side. A lot to look out for this evening on the pitch side. Let's start with the matches that played last week. Well, Accra to Folk did win against Dreams FC by a goal to 0, and Bitim United also drew goalless with Holy Stars, Basake Holy Stars. Remember them, very good team. I must say, good performance from them all the way in Bitim. Well, Samatex and Kaola also did play out a 1-1 draw, and Suedu Blacks, they did beat Bekum Chelsea. My surprise team of the season for me, Suedu Blacks, they beat Bekum Chelsea by 3 goals to 0 in that particular fixture. Aduana Stars also did win their game against Nations FC by a goal to 0, and 11 Wonders, they lost at home to Heart of Lions by 4 goals to 1. While Soho United got a second consecutive draw in the Ghana Premier League as they were able to play a 1-1 draw with Young Apostles. And the last game of the weekend, well, I have to be Mediama against Vicin, where Mediama did hammer Vicin FC by 4 goals to 0. Quite a scoreline for you to get in the Ghana Premier League. It's been an interesting week. In fact, interesting 2 weeks in the Ghana Premier League, and it's been wonderful to see the display of some of the teams. If you want to take some of the matches in there, and then we will talk about them quickly before we get into tonight's game, that is Accra to Folk against 11 Wonders. But I will want to say that I was very much impressed with the way the Samatex and Karela game did go on. I think Samatex, I got to see them play at their favorite stadium all the way in Samaboy, and it was quite a spectacle. I must say I'm very much impressed with the way they've maintained the pitch and also the stands, how they've gone about it. And the football on the day was not bad. It was good, and the players did show some promise. However, they are still yet to peak and get to that level where they won the Ghana Premier League some 2 seasons ago. For Karela, they were lucky to get back into the game that late, carrying a 1-0 deficit all the way through the first half into some minutes into the second half. It was really telling on them. But they had their own problems last season. But it looks like this season they are trying to patch their patches here and there, and then everything will go well for them. But for me, the game of the weekend was Samatex Karela, where it ended 1-1. I don't know which game you want to talk of.
We're starting off with the Samatex game. You see, Samatex is under reconstruction. Let me tell you that way.
Yeah.
They lost their coach, and they've gone in for Christopher Enin, and we know what he did with Bekum Chelsea. He's a solid coach. At one point, Accra to Folk were chasing after him, and he left for South Africa.
Yeah.
One thing I realized with their gameplay was that they are not done with their setup.
Okay.
Similar thing.
They still need some players to come in.
Similar thing with Dreams of last season.
Yeah.
You realize that a lot of new faces, so they are now trying to gel and have this togetherness and all that, because you realize that the play was a bit stifled at some point. They got to the middle of the pitch, then they were giving 40 passes, and you realize there's lack of experience. So I believe with time, Samatex would come up. Kudos to Karela. Going to Samaboy is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Forget about they losing form. It is not an easy place. But they've done enough going there and taking the lead. And they have this guy from, I think, Zaidan or something. The guy was good.
Yeah,
he was good. He was good. He was tormenting the defense. Abesima was having a tough day against that guy. You could see that he was suffering. Yeah. He's diminutive. So it's not this typical strikers that they are bulky and all that. No, he's diminutive. So 1 minute is here, the next minute is here. Okay. And it was causing a lot of problems. But then both teams are in transition. And again, Nuruddin was the coach of Karela. He had something to, go and tell them. That is why he took the lead. And I felt he could have won the match.
Yes, that match could have easily.
Kaila could have won the match. They misplaced some passes here and there, and they also didn't take their chances when it came their way. But then my match was the Vision Mediama.
Yeah, 4-0 in favor of Mediama AC. It looks like the former Premier League champions are now coming in with some statements that look, yes, we were champions some years back. We've been dominant in the Ghana Premier League, but it looks like some teams want to rub shoulders with them. So they are coming back with a statement now. 4-0, second match of the league.
You see, they've been able to maintain their squad. So the growth from last season to this season is very much evident. You realize they were able to hold on to Mamadou, Felix Chase, and you see, they made a lot of, good signings here and there. Daniel Fojo is very solid. We were expecting him to, pull up, and he did. You see, the match, for me, what was really, really beautiful for me was that the people of Takwa, they showed up.
Okay.
The stadium wasn't full, but they showed up.
Yeah.
Just that, you see, Ghana and our maintenance culture. This stadium wasn't built 5 years ago. I think barely 2 years. And you could see some parts of the pitch. You could see the holes and potholes here and there. And I'm like, this stadium wasn't not about a year ago that it was built and commissioned. So how come? But then I believe they have to do something about that. But overall, I realized that most of the pitches were not that bad.
Yeah,
most of our,
at least we are upgrading it.
Yeah, you see that 1 million or 2 million
is doing things.
It is doing a lot of things for them. It has come in handy.
Yeah,
because you watch Bechem against Brekum Chelsea against Kotoko, and the coverage, realize it was easy for them. The distance between the perimeter and the inner perimeter, it was visible. From the pitch to the inner perimeter. You realize that these things were confined and they were well arranged.
Yeah.
It allowed, the spectators to be at a point which was safe because of what happened last season. The safety measures you could see were in place. And most of these teams are also putting up the CCTVs here and there. And it's like
security-wise, everything.
They are upping their game. I think there's a lot we can still do, but they are upping their game. Yeah. I wasn't surprised Mediama did 4.
Okay.
I was expecting a win from them, but 4, that was high. Yeah. And again, with the other match I'd love to talk about was that of Accra Hasufuk.
Yes, it had beat Dreams by a goal to 0 and Intema.
Yeah.
It was a nice game. I didn't see expert of that particular game. Accra Hasufuk, I must say, is still trying to get the team in shape. Coach Didi Diamani is doing something good with the team. The players will just have to calm down and then know how to go. I think pressure was starting to get to Didi Diamani before that particular game, especially when they have drawn against with Hohoi. And then the style of play, how the players were responding to the treatment meted out by Coach Didi Diamani should tell you that, well, it's time. They need some time to build that confidence and that cordiality between
Mr. Kwanzaa,
players
if
and
you realize,
coaches.
last week I established something here that the issue here is most of our players are inexperienced.
Okay.
Being that they've not played in higher capacity stadiums.
Okay.
So most of them have not witnessed crowds to the max.
Yeah.
So you realize that the moment they come into contact with such a situation, they become wobbly.
Yeah.
They are a bit scared, and you see making some faulty something on a normal day.
On a normal day, they will not. It will not happen.
But all of a sudden, you realize, and you see, playing your first match at home, it is one of the toughest things ever.
Well, just as we said, Accra Hasufuk had a bad record when it comes to starting the league.
Yes, we already established that. Imagine
their first round of matches,
this immense pressure on them.
Yes, their first round of matches always goes some way for them. Best has always been a draw, but let's see how that one goes. So for Mediama, they won 4 goals to 0.
Yeah.
But teams that are yet to register any win in the league, Brekum Chelsea.
I'm worried for them. Seriously
Dreams
speaking,
FC.
I'm worried for Brekum Chelsea.
Yeah. It's not getting any pretty.
They lost to Kotoko, and they went to Swedru.
Yeah.
They lost by 3 goals.
Yes.
Getting to the latter part of last season, you realize that Sam Obodu, his tactics were 4-3.
And unfortunately for them, this weekend they are not playing because they are playing against BBN Gold Stars.
I think it's even good for them.
And Gold Stars, but you see that becomes an outstanding game.
Yes, but then they allow him to also work on his team.
Since the outstanding game is not going to be played,
speaking, against Swedru was bad.
if against Ubeni, Gold Stars would have been worse.
You imagine that.
Because Gold Stars are
Swedru, it was bad. They couldn't even string 4 passes together.
Well,
you see, Rudolph or Randolph, the striker of
the
the guy had his day.
Had a lot of
Hussein Zakaria, and you've not replaced this guy.
That is what I was saying. You see, Zakaria was that man that you need to do that beautiful work for you.
Yeah.
And you've lost him during the off season, and so I was expecting that probably they would have gone ahead to reinforce that position.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work to feel that the defense will do a good work when you are not dangerous up front.
You see, they were too less up front.
As a team, you have to
and
be
you've lost your
up front.
defensive linchpin, the one who was orchestrating, organizing, keeping the whole team together. You lost him and you've not replaced him.
So with Zacharias' absence, it was clear that the next set of pairings would have problems. And I expected that to have been worked out by now. But it looks like it's just not going as they expected it to go. And so for Bekum Chelsea, things are not really looking that nice for them. It's really going back.
I think this weekend's fixture, which has been postponed, is a good thing for them. They need to work on their tactics, up their game, because in the next round, if they don't prepare, I'm starting to think if care is not taken, they'll go on relegation.
Well, maybe it's too
and I won't be surprised that Samuel Gold will be the first coach to be sacked this season.
Maybe it's too early to say that, but let's see how things go in there. But Accra to Folk, they edged Dreams FC 1-0 away, with Mohamed Hussein scoring early in the Phobians defending. The Phobians actually defended stoutly to preserve that 1-goal lead. Now, Samatex, they drew 1-1 with Carrera United. Mediama also continued their strong start to the season by hammering Vision FC 4-0 to bolster their goal difference and top the position credentials on the Ghana Premier League table. Well, after 2 rounds, Mediama SC and Heart of Lions, they share the top spot with 6 points each. And then there's also Heart of Folk and Kerala, who are close by with 4 points behind those two teams. Well, teams yet to register a win, as I said earlier on, Racing FC, Bekum Chelsea, Dreams FC, among others, are also waiting to at least register some wins here to make the league much more interesting. But for me, what I expected was that, or what I saw over the weekend was a strong offensive display by Mediama, by all standards. Their goal difference is already a statement to tell you that they are in for a lot of things this season. 6 goals in 2 games, massive. Getting 4 in one particular game and then 2 in the first game, so tells you that everything will be going well for them. For Hearts of Folk, Didi Damani seems to be under pressure, but I expect him to be able to come to the party and then work perfectly, because he himself has conceded that the team needs improvement, especially in the finishing and then the consistency of keeping the attack on. One problem I realize, whenever they are playing, sometimes they seem to lose focus. They seem to cool the game down to an extent that, and that cooling of the game comes when they are piling pressure upon pressure, and at a point they try to cool down. I don't know how tactically that is so correct.
Can we say it is lack of experience?
Well, you
see, last season, Hearts of Folk had this similar problem where, if you check at the end of the season, the number of goals they scored for the past 4 years, that is their problem. Goal scoring has been their problem. And we realize that whoever they bring in, last season they went in for one big striker from Nations. And we all realized what happened.
It was not a good thing.
This time around, they went in for Visions. Abra, a guy who had given you 3 goals at the end of the season. And he used this top 4 and this homework to show he's good. First match, we realized there was a problem. Second match, we realized that even Hamza himself, Hamza we know, this is not Hamza.
Well, maybe it's just the start of the season. They will get into shape.
They even brought in Prince Kwabenaus.
Yes, Prince Kwabenaus.
And he came in the last part, and I think he also needs time. Just as Didi said, I think given time,
the team needs improvement. Well. They need to consistently be there. In fact, the team needs some consistent wins.
My challenge has always been that at the end of the season, you sack 9, 12, 15 players. Then you bring another 15, and you expect the team to just move.
Well, on record, let me say that. For Accra to folk, they are not like Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who recruit a full set of team.
Plus, they did more than 7. And from what we were hearing, was it not for the band?
Yeah,
They would have gone on
more.
to even get new
more.
signings and realize that these people come and they are still playing the same. At least for now, has an identity.
Yeah,
they have a way they play. You could see even with the Dreams game.
Yeah.
After the goal came in, you realize that Has sat back in a typical 4-4-2.
Yeah, the defenders started.
They were resolute. The pairing of Osei Sibe and this new guy, Ali Mohammed,
yes,
is solid.
They did a very good work in there. I mean, they understood each other.
Yeah,
who should go
and who should stay.
And then at a point in time too, they will split and help out the laterals when they are defending.
Yeah,
I saw that game on TV, and
they were both
very
good with the ball. On the ball, like they could,
they were able to control the ball on the turf.
Yeah.
And they were able to control it aerially too. When the balls came in, flying,
this new era is a lot of ball playing centre backs, and you can see there's a lot of transition from our teams. They are moving from these bulky, clearance oriented centre backs to these ball playing. So you can see there's a little bit of identity. In there, but then let's just wait.
It's coming in. So that's what is happening in there. Coach Didi Dramani of Accra to folks saying that they need some improvements and with their finishing and also some consistency in there. But in the middle of the table, it's tight. Very, very tight in the middle of the table. Very, very, very tight. Now, most of the clubs are bunched on low points. They are bunched on low points totals. And so small margins. Goals, goal difference, goals against. That is what is actually differentiating the teams there. And I should tell you that it's setting us up for a juicy clash when we get to the 5th, 6th round of matches. I'm saying this because look, after the 3rd round of matches, maybe Koroko and Bibiani Gosas would have been, at least they would have seen their fate when it comes to the African competitions. We know their fate already. So. They would have seen their fate when it comes to African competitions. So they are going to give credence to the 4th, 5th matches and then probably the 6th matches.
That is when they would have settled. Now
good. That is when they'll come and focus a bit on the league. And that is where teams that are at the middle of the table that are not really performing will find it difficult to pick points from them. And if you look at those round of matches, Koroko and Bibiani Gosas are going to play against teams that are currently in that middle section of the league table. And so you should tell you that a lot of changes are going to come in the league table, especially with the margins being only goal difference and goals, goal for and then goals against. That is really going to be a big one. But the importance of margin and clean sheets should also be there.
Yeah, it has to be established.
The importance of margin and so many draws, narrow results. Teams that will defend well, capitalize on a few chances, those things. If you ask me, I think that for the first part of the league, I mean, for the first 5 matches, it all boils down to you defending well and then capitalizing on the chance that you will get. Probably a counter, like how Hearts of Oak did. Got a chance, got a goal, decided to sit back, frustrate the opponents, soak in the pressure, push whenever it matters most, soak in the pressure, push. The only problem is that you don't have to defend so close to your goal, else things start going our way for you.
You see, in our part of the world and in Ghana, we have this ideology that home win, away draw, secures you the league.
That's the main thing. Oh, of course. I mean,
you just have to make sure you win your home matches.
Yeah.
Away, make sure you get a good number of draws and wins. Okay. Here's the thing. Most of the clubs right now are all in transition.
Yeah.
We've brought in new players and all that. By week 10, every team would have settled.
Everyone needs to settle.
Yeah, would have known its level, would have known what is up for them to do.
Yeah.
By week 10.
Yeah.
This is what we will know. Yeah. And one thing that will be clear is that there will be a lot of matches that you get 1-0 wins, 2-1 wins. Yeah. This is Ghana League. Home, he'll win by 1 or 2-1.
Yeah.
Away, draw or something.
Yeah.
It's not like the other leagues where you experience this 4-0 on the regular.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The moment it happens, we know the team
which is
going to do that. And when he starts that, we know this one,
Yeah.
he will take the league. And we know the usual people.
yes,
So me, this medium S4 is a signal.
yeah. So a very clear signal.
Yeah.
Very clear signal.
Because in Ghana, whoever wins the league always has the highest goal margin.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Anyway, so let us hear from you in the comment section what you make of the results that came through last week, where the Accra Hearts of Oak securing a win. Mediama getting the biggest scoreline of the weekend by 4-0. This is the Pitchside on Sports 101. Tonight, there's a big game, and that game is between Accra Hearts of Oak and 11 Wonders. 5 p.m. is the time. Make sure you catch a glimpse of that, and it's going to be at the Accra Sports Stadium. Another day, another match, another evening at the Accra Sports Stadium under the lights for Coach GW1 to convince the Accra Hearts of Oak faithfuls that indeed he is going to get a good result and going to take them to the promised land. The last time Hearts of Oak won the trophy, the Ghana Premier League, was with Coach Samuel Boadu, and it's not been an easy turn for them ever since they won that league. Well, let's see how Coach GW1 will want to go about it. But this particular game, tonight's game, Hearts of Oak, 11 Wonders, tough game. 3-4 seasons ago would have been a very, 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 very tough game, a category A match.
Yeah, KG
because of Ignatius,
yes,
the former coach of
yeah.
11 Wonders. Yeah. Ignatius, he would have been the
by now he would have been all over the news. His tactics and all that.
We missed him, but you know,
Yeah, he's solid. He's a solid coach. He's a very solid coach.
Coach
Kwesiapia with Sudan. Yeah.
as assistant.
And they are doing a wonderful job there. They are doing a wonderful job. Oh yeah, we have to.
Qualifying for Chan,
Yeah,
and on the verge of qualifying for
the World Cup.
Wow. A lot of
They are doing really well.
Coach Kwesiapia and Ignatius. Well, for Hearts of Oak against 11 Wonders shouldn't be a bad game. Hearts looking to build some momentum going forward. It's been just one draw, one win. Hopefully they get 3 maximum points this evening. 11 Wonders for them themselves, they're also looking for a first win in the Ghana Premier League. They will want to keep things tight at the back and look for some counter attacks to be able to get onto their Hearts of Oak team. If you ask me, I think Coach GW1 should focus on his team's finishing. Focus on his team's finishing. He should focus on how the team is able to transition between midfield work and the attacking work. Most of the time, the balls are played into spaces and players are found gasping for breath when they are running for that ball. And that is what is really worrying me.
Okay.
I've watched twice of their games, and I still believe that the flanks or the wings is the best approach for them based on their strengths.
You see,
going through the middle, their center forwards seem to have a problem with the ball at their feet. That is how I've seen it. They seem to have a problem with the ball at their feet. Trying to get, they are usually using they are facing the defenders with their back. So getting that ball and then trying to turn.
So mostly they are playing as target men.
Good. That becomes a problem. So usually they get the ball, give it back before they want to, and before you do that, the defense are already there. So I'm feeling that probably they should go through the flanks. Okay. And let's see how they also work with the ball aerially. Will they be able to head well? Will they be able to pat it down for someone to finish off those tactics too? Maybe that will also be a new approach in the Accra to Folk. But that game between 11 Wonders, how do you expect it to go?
Okay, in the last 5 matches between these two teams, Hearts has won 3. There's been 1 draw and 1 win for 11 Wonders.
11 Wonders.
But this is the problem. The challenge I have with Hearts of Folk. If they keep on playing upon Afrani as a number 6 and pair him with Abdul Karim, ball retention is lost. There's no such thing as progressive passes from these two.
Yes. That's why they should work on the midfield transitioning to attack.
So from what you are saying, if that is the case, it means all their passes has to be sideways to the flanks. And even with that, they don't even put in enough crosses into the box for their striker to attack. So my idea is, why don't you play Abdul Karim with Rafael Amponsa in the middle? This allows you to keep hold of a stranglehold of the match by retaining the ball. Then why don't you move Kakari into the middle? That way, you allow for a central pivot, someone who can be able to hold on to the ball, give these incisive passes and line splitting passes here and there. Because without that, all your strikers are people who play on the shoulders of the defenders, meaning they are waiting for that true pass so they can finish up. They are not people who hold on to the ball, pick it from the the middle, run with the ball and get to the box and shoot.
Okay.
So if that is the case, play wingers where they are supposed to be played and play your best player, which is Martin Kakari, in the middle. I'm not saying drop Hussein, no. But then you can fashion it in such a way that these two who have the ability to hold on to the ball play a bit closer to the striker. That way you can be able to, have a lot of chances, because the only goal that they've scored came from Hussein. And it was because he was close to the box. The same thing happened. You see, Kakari gave him the pass. Because he was also close to the box. So why don't you play these two so that they can give intricate passes to the strikers and also, facilitate the ability of the wingers to, come with the ball. And again,
do you expect Afrani to start ahead?
No. I don't think Opon brings any extra thing to the team.
Okay.
It's like watching Mikel Obi. He gets the ball either sideways or to the back. By that, you are allowing the opponents to come into your side of the pitch. And this puts a lot of pressure on Abdul Karim. Because he's not the type that gets the ball and before he receives the ball, he knows where he's putting the ball. No. He gets it. Then he relaxes. Then he looks for options. Then he passes the ball. So if that is the case, as I said, bring Hussein and Kakari closer to these people so that they will be able to get the ball. You are playing Befi, who is a winger, as a right back. And in this case, you are stifling the attack.
Befi.
Befi is best placed when he plays on the wing. And with that,
he's a forward too.
You see,
so his best plays are there.
That way, he can give you some in-swingers here and there, and you can allow Hussein, as diminutive as Hussein is, he scores a lot of heading goals. So why don't we try him in that?
And that is where my point. That's my point. That look, if you have Befi and
Isubontin,
these are players that you can easily give the ball to them.
They will run dribble, the ball, and put in a cross.
That's my point. So that's what I'm saying. That you see, their star or their center forward with their goal facing their back facing the goal, it gives you a lot of problem before you turn. The defensive work of 11 Wonders would have come to play. And it was so clear in that Dreams FC game. It was so clear in that Dreams FC game. They tried it a lot of times during the Ho United game too.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work. So I'm saying that. Just as you said, I think Abdul Karim has a problem whenever he's being paired with Opon. But it should be a very simple one.
Because I think with the Dreams match, he did win the man of the match.
Yeah, he won the man of the match.
So if you have someone like this, he's able to hold on to the ball, give good passes. In Ghana, we don't have people who give excellent passes, no. But at least give us some good and better passes.
What about Prince Owusu? You expect him to start?
No, I don't expect him. I have this feeling that probably he's nursing an injury or something, or he's not match fit.
Oh, he came into the game. The last game against
the Prince Club knows we know.
Maybe he's starting gradually.
Probably he's building him up. Because he's been out of the game for some time now, so probably he's building him up.
Well, for Dreams, for that is 11 Wonders, they are also expecting to get some nice, football being played all the way at the Accra Sports Stadium. For 11 Wonders, for me, I think that they will be coming into the game thinking of probably getting a result that is a draw in that particular game. Maybe get a 1-1 draw, a goalless draw for them. It should boost them. Although they are in need of a win badly, winning against Accra Suffolk at the Accra Sports Stadium on the third round of fixture shouldn't be a bad. It's a big thing to ask. If you ask me, if it's a big thing to ask of 11 Wonders, they really do need the 3 points, but I don't think it will come against. It will come against Accra Suffolk. They lost to House of Lions by 4 goals to 1, and that goal for them was an own goal.
They lost at home.
And it was even an own goal for them. It was how do you call it? House of Lions player Emmanuel Aban who actually got the goal himself. It was an own goal.
I think that guy needs to be called to Black Stars.
Aban.
Yeah, he's good.
He's very good.
He's
Aban is
good.
very good.
If you realize the kind of players that are coming into the Black Stars now, they are no better than him. Besides Duku,
Ebenezer Aban.
Besides Duku and Salisu.
Yeah.
And probably there's this guy at
the new guy that's coming for the Black Stars.
Which one? The central defender.
Yeah, the central defender.
Ajeti or something. Okay. You see, this is the standard that has been set.
Yeah, but he was part of the Black Star squad. For that is the African Cup of Nations qualifier against Niger.
That was when
he was part of the squad.
Otto was
experimenting. He was part of the squad for the Black Stars.
One thing I've realized with the
we lost that game to Niger though, but he was part.
You see, a lot of these national team coaches right now, they spend a lot of time in Africa.
Yeah.
Watching their local leagues and trying to build their teams from the Chan team. From there, he knows the players who are able to play his system.
Yeah.
Then he selects the ones from the national, the international pool that are equally as good. Then he blends them. But then our coach, he spends most of his time, up there scouting, and then we've had a lot of new players. Right. Recently, we had another one cry, and I think the FIFA hasn't even given
him the green light yet.
Green light yet, but he came. So why don't you put in a local player? Let him also sit on the bench like that.
So what's your prediction for tonight's game?
I think Hearts of Oak as usual, probably 1-0 or 2-1 for Hearts of Oak.
Hearts of Oak could beat 11-1.
Yeah, they have to.
Okay.
So they can calm the nerves of their fans.
Yeah, I'm also predicting a 2-0 lead or a 2-0 win for Accra to Folk against 11 Wonders. Let's hear from you. What's your prediction of tonight's game? This has been the Pitchside on Sports 101. My name is Evans. I'm here with PK.